My name is Ashley Martin, and I am interviewing Michelle Magistri for the Management by Objective class. If you want to say like your position.
So I'm Michelle, and I'm the General Manager at Old Navy in Stillwater.
Okay. How do you adjust to the different generational working styles?
Well, I deal with that quite often here for the fact that I have a different range, and in their background, based off of work history as well. So I just kind of pull their strengths and then try to adapt it to our way of doing things at Old Navy, and then work and coach with each individual because everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Doesn't matter what generation, because we still have to get the job done, but they might have brought up a different way or worked a different way depending what generation they're in. And so that's how we do it, is just find out what their strengths are, maybe some of their weaknesses, and then work off that to adapt to our environment here. So hopefully their strengths will outweigh their weaknesses, and it will add to the strength of our team.
Okay, awesome. What is the easiest part of managing people?
You gotta love people, because everyone has a different personality, whether they've been in retail or not in retail, whether it's a first-time job, whether this is a second job. So I think it's just the love of people and getting to know their personality and what makes them excited to come to work.
Okay. And the hardest part?
That it's a job, and that you have to work, and usually sometimes they think they just maybe want to collect a paycheck. But you have to make sure to work with each individual and see if you can hopefully get them to enjoy what they're doing, because you have to love what you're doing, even though it's work. And that's what's sometimes hard, is sometimes retail is just not for everyone, and then maybe we've made the wrong decision, or they've made the wrong decision in trying to decide if it's worth keeping them on board, or they decide it's just not right fit for us. So that's what's hard, is that the investment and the time that we do put in everyone, that we want to try to do our very best and give 100%, but we got to get 100% for that person as well.
What are some obstacles you have found from managing a business in a college town?
That work, going to school and work is hard, depending on workload and things like that with school. That they need some financial gain, but juggling work and school is sometimes hard. And then I try to be very receptive of what's going on with the school, and kind of working with the scheduling and finals and things like that, because I've been there and I understand it's hard, and it changes all the time because your schedule's changing all the time. But you have to be aware of what the students are going through, because it has to be a win-win situation. Because if they're not happy, they're not going to give me what I need. If I'm not happy, I'm not going to give them what they need. So it's just really working with them as an individual, and knowing that hopefully we can come up with a schedule and everything that will work out.
Last question. As a manager, should you try to create a personal relationship with your employees, or keep it simply professional?
Both, I think, but you have to have a personal connection. I feel like the employees will give you more. So I try to get to know all my employees, from a personal level, that they feel comfortable talking with me. So if it's, work related or personally, everyone has things going on outside of life, and we always say, we got to leave all that outside when you clock in. But I always want them to know I'm here for them, whether it's work or personal, because we're a family. I mean, we spend a lot of time here together, so I think that's why it's important to have both relationships.